uh, you might have seen that a while ago there used to be a disparity between the stock prices on NSE and BSE, right? By a few rupees up and down in every stock. So this creates opportunities for arbitrage, wherein some player could come in and buy the shares at the lower price exchange and sell it at the higher price exchange. So by doing this continuously, this is a riskless strategy. And every time you do this trade, you earn a spread between the bid price and the ask price. So what we do is we apply the same principles of arbitrage and riskless trading on option prices, wherein there is a set mathematical formula that defines the relationship between every option price and the underlying price. So using this mathematical equation, we are able to trade in a riskless manner, in a delta neutral manner. The strategy is called delta neutral. Like Vaibhav just told you, we don't care with market direction. We don't care if the market is moving up or down.
And the formula is called Black-Scholes, right?
Yeah, Black-Scholes.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that is our bread and butter, the spread between bid and ask prices of options. So I trade Bank Nifty, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, and a few more stocks. And we are a group of 7-8 traders in India. Our team comprises of 7-8 traders. And amongst us, we trade the 15 most liquid FNO names in NSE and both the indexes, that is Nifty and Bank Nifty. Okay, so yeah, like I said, that we don't care about market direction, but there are a few other things that you will learn as you dive deeper into the world of options, and those are called option Greeks. So what affects us the most is implied volatility swings and Vega trading. That is what we do. So the way we do this is that we hedge all of our risk using the futures, option risk using the futures, directional risk, but options themselves have their prices are affected by a few more things other than underlying price, which are interest rate, implied volatility, so on and so forth. So we carry these risks. We have to have some amount of Vega exposure, theta, gamma, rho exposure, but we never have any delta exposure. So that is why in times of market panic, or in times of large moves in the market, like the COVID crash of March 2020, at times like those, when the entire market is trading on one direction. You guys remember the day that Nifty opened circuit down? So that was a day of complete bearishness. Everybody just wanted to sell, buy put options, sell call options. So at times like these, firms like ours step in and we provide liquidity. We are liquidity providers of the last resort, wherein if nobody else is willing to sell you a put option, we will step in and we will sell you a put option, and we will hedge our risks accordingly.
So Kajal, that answers that question also which you asked?
Yes.
Day two? Yes. So that time I did not want to touch on this, but then these guys are legal market makers who will actually help you create liquidity in the market. If there are no sellers or no buyers, these guys will have to step in. Inka kaam hai.
Yeah. So whenever we are trading in the market, we will always have quotes in the market for both buying and selling an option. We will never have only one directional quotes in the market. We will never just want to buy call options or just sell call options. We will always give a market for buying as well as selling. By doing this millions of times in a day and earning 10, 20 paisa, even 1 paisa sometimes on every trade, this all adds up, and that is how we are able to make money in every market condition. So that is the crux of market making. Now, you might have seen a few examples in the Indian market itself, wherein, for example, Sensex is a very widely followed barometer in India, right? Whenever you switch on the news channels, you'll see the levels of Nifty as well as Sensex. But you won't find a lot of options trading in Sensex, but you'll find it in Nifty, right? If you go and you look at the Sensex option chain on the BSE website, you'll find hardly a few lots have traded in the entire day. The bid-ask spread between option prices will be tens of rupees. So that is because BSE Sensex does not have a very liquid market, wherein they need more market makers to sort of develop the market. And then retail participation, hedge fund participation, proprietary trading desks will start trading there as well. So yeah, market making is a service that is required in every market. And the way it happens in India is that most of the exchanges appoint, or they have a lot of guidelines as in how much time your quotes have to be in the market, how much your average bid ask spread can be, what is the maximum number of deltas you can hold for a short period of time, so on and so forth. And if you fulfill all of those, then you can become a designated market maker, wherein the exchange will sort of repay you for any losses you or your firm might have to take because of being a liquidity provider of the last resort. So that is what we do. And this is my setup. This is actually a scaled down version of the setup. We at our office in Delhi, we used to have 8 screens per trader, but now since we're working from home, so we have had to cut down on a few things that we use in live trading and stop a few products because of bandwidth limitations and co-location limitations. All of these will get solved as and when offices reopen. But this is my setup, and here you will find option chains of the top private sector banks, the underlying graphs, the implied volatility graphs, and yeah. So the 7-8 traders who are in my team, all of us will be on call right from 8:30 in the morning. The market opens at 9. USD INR opens at 9. So our entire team is at their desk by 8:30, and we discuss our pre-market events, overnight events. US market timings don't overlap at all with India market. So every time you get into the market, before that you need to be aware of what the Dow Jones index or the VIX index are doing. So we discuss all of those things. We make a game plan of the day forward, and once 9:15 hits the clock, then it's showtime. Then I can't get off this desk. Even if I have to like go for a washroom break, I have to ask another trader who will be on call with me the entire time to step in and look at the desk and manage risk for a few minutes. I have lunch at my desk because I can't even get up for lunch.
And post 3:30?
Yeah, post 3:30 is relatively easier because there is just USD INR, the CD segment, currency derivative, that trades till 5 o'clock. So one of the trader looks into that, and the other traders, we sort of look into the daily trading logs and the trades we've done in the day. We figure out mistakes, what we've done. We find out ways to improve our trading. And because a lot of this is purely mathematical, it's a riskless arbitrage market making strategy. So the odds of you making a big loss are very less, as opposed to small losses over a few days. That is how our desk works. We make small profits every day, small losses every day. There will be very rare conditions where we make a lot of money or we lose a lot of money, because we're not taking any market direction. And majority of profit loss in the market is actually made by taking market directions, which we do not do.
So I'll just add one thing over here, Shreyans. I just thought I'll let you speak first. So guys, in middle, Shreyans said that we are delta neutral always, but then somehow we get a Vega exposure or a gamma exposure, right? Or a rho exposure, or all these things. So rho exposure, I yesterday told you, uska bahut bada impact aata nahi hai. So Shreyans, you would agree, right? Rho ka it's not a big impact anyways. But then whenever you are maintaining your delta neutral position, as I told yesterday, there will always be some kind of a gamma or a Vega exposure, which will also be need to maintain. But uske liye, then you need to continuously keep on selling, buying, different strike prices, calls and puts and all. So that is why, in order to achieve the complete 100% delta neutral strategy, there will always be some Vega or gamma exposure which will be left open. Now that can work in favor of the trader, and that can also work against the trader, which is where there might be some kind of, losses also, slippages, which are probably, these desks create. So that is one thing. I hope you guys understood about that. I have actually seen Shreyans, do these trading in the live hours. So what happens is, and obviously he won't tell this, but I'll tell this. You need a very, very quick, sharp mind to see numbers and interpret ki boss ye aaya to ye karna hai, ye aaya to ye karna hai. And it needs a lot, very much quick calculation in your head. That yesterday we kept on calculating, अच्छा 75 multiplied by this, चलो Excel में करके देखते हैं. ये लोग सबको इनको दिमाग में करना होता है. So because they do not have time in this fast market to keep doing everything on kind of a, and they have their in-house software as well, which I told you yesterday, इन्होंने खुद बनाया है. So this is your in-house, right? Whatever you have, and that's proprietary model. obviously they won't share with everybody. That's just company's proprietary model. They use that and they get data about कि ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है, facts they will get, and then obviously they will trade and execute based on their whatever analysis thesis is. इसमें से एक screen पे out of these 5 screen, one screen पे इनका news चलता है. So and I think they generally rely on Twitter.
Yes.
Mostly. So why don't
every
Twitter is your go on.
Every trader will have one screen dedicated to news, wherein we have a company Twitter account and we follow we have curated this list over the years, wherein we follow most of the breaking news updates, financial market updates, international market updates. So we follow news from the 4-5 most major economies, that is US, Japan, EU, UK, India, China. Most of these countries have a preset calendar which is released in advance, wherein they will tell you at what exact time, at what exact date they will release certain data. So for example, tomorrow morning, say 5:30, Japan is going to release its GDP numbers. So we need to be aware of all such macroeconomic data being released during market hours, because markets can react violently if given say GDP numbers or PMI numbers or the beige book or foreign exchange reserves, anything is way out of line of market expectations. So every trader will always have one screen dedicated to Twitter, wherein we follow live news and analysis, and we have to be prepared for it. Like for example, there was a Reliance AGM today, and we had a monthly expiry today, the last Thursday of the month. So expiry was at 3:30, AGM was set to start at 2 o'clock. So as you move this close to expiry, wherein expiry ke just 1.5 hours before there is a major event, so you need to be prepared for any eventuality. Like option prices can move a lot, can be very volatile, and gamma. Vaibhav, are your students aware of gamma? They are, right? So as you might recall that as you move closer to time to expiry, your gamma increases parabolically around at the money strikes. So
guys, ये नहीं बताया था मैंने. I told you that at the money gamma is the highest. But then there is also a point that when you move closer to, when theta को भी incorporate करके, when I told you कि सब कुछ mix करके we'll cover on the last day. So when you move very close to the expiry, then further increase in the gamma happens at the money call, the options, calls and puts both. After this, Shreyans, after covering this, just tell what was your thesis, company's thesis today on Reliance, if you had anything to share, because we have been discussing Reliance AGM and the impact on option prices since yesterday. So thoda sa apna bhi batana hai isme.
All right. So so that was about gamma. And one more thing that Vaibhav touched is that we are not really affected by rho, interest rate sensitivity of option prices. And the main reason for that is there is not a lot of depth or liquidity in far dated options on the Indian exchanges. There are leaps, which are long-term options that trade quarterly and annual expiries. So if you trade a quarterly expiry that is 3 months away or 6 months away, if you're trading those markets, then rho will definitely affect you, because the longer you move from time to expiry, the greater the interest rate sensitivity of the option. And about the Reliance AGM, so yeah, we were prepared for it. We were preparing for it for the last 1 week actually, and there was a good article in Money Control yesterday that showed the Reliance stock price movement on AGM day over the last 10 years. If you guys have seen that, there was a clear trend that on AGM day, Reliance has been becoming more and more volatile since the past 10 years. So we were actually expecting a very large move, a very sharp move, and because of which we were mostly covered. We were delta neutral, and we were long gamma, as in if there was any move in the market, it would have benefited us. To be long gamma in the market, you have to pay theta, you have to pay a time value, which we were doing, and but it didn't really be that volatile. It was
कुछ हुआ नहीं आज.
कुछ हुआ ही नहीं आज. Even though he made some very big announcements, but the good thing with Reliance is that using his media connections in Network 18, he had already prepared the market for the announcement. The biggest announcement was the board seat that might be given to an Aramco member, and that was placed in the media very, very classily in the last 2 days. So
before you joined, someone asked me that why would you do this? उसको क्या पड़ी है, अपना ही शेयर प्राइस तो नीचे गिरा रहा है या ऊपर, मतलब आई मीन ऊपर लेके जा रहा है तो ऑब्वियसली आई जस्ट रिप्लाइड दैट उसको फर्क नहीं पड़ता शेयर प्राइस से. But then why would someone do this in the market hours and very close to the market hours? You have an answer to it?
Why would he do this very close to market? No, your guess is as good as mine. I don't have an answer.
I'm just like, yaar, abhi Indian market is you will never understand as a retail investor what the Indian market throws at you. Anything can happen even at the top level.
Yeah, he doesn't really care about a few percentage points, the stock moving 10% up or down. It's no difference to him. The company is doing very well. It's on a very strong growth trajectory, has given amazing numbers, oil prices increasing, GRM is increasing. And yeah, their credit rating is now a notch above the sovereign credit rating of India. So Reliance has lower credit risk than the government of India now. It is doing that well. So that's the first time this has happened in India. It never happened in India before.
Great. So thanks, Shreyans. I'll take some questions from these guys. Vikram has raised a hand for a very long time. So Vikram, if you would ask whatever it is.
Very, very basic questions. Pardon me if I'm sounding stupid, but since I assume you deal in very high quantity, who's your counterparty? Are you dealing with retail, or you have your company's competitors as a counterparty when you're buying and selling?
No, we are buying and selling in the open market. Our quotes for buying and selling are always in the open market. So our counterparty could even be you. If you have ever traded Bank Nifty options, we could have traded against you. We are ready to trade against anyone in whatever quantity they demand. If somebody demands a large lot quantity, we have to go back, do our calculations and come up with a wider spread, because the larger the quantity, the wider the bid-ask spread we will provide. If you want to trade one lot, that we will already provide on the screen. But if you want to trade larger lots, we can come up with a custom market for you.
What happens to the transaction cost in that case? Because for smaller lots, the transaction cost will also offset the arbitrage you're getting between the exchanges.
Yes, definitely. So we have to factor in transaction costs. Like the example I gave you earlier, the share price discrepancy between NSE and BSE. You guys might have seen this on Money Control also, where they have two prices, NSE and BSE, and then never exactly in line, because they cannot exactly be in line. And the minimum difference that will always be there between the two is the transaction cost of buying on one exchange and selling on the other exchange. That much spread is the minimum that we will always ask in the market.
You factor that in already.
Sorry?
You factor that in already before you make the trade.
We must factor that in already. Yeah.
And all your trades are intraday, right? You don't take any positions.
We do. Sometimes we are left with positions overnight, so we just have to hedge our delta position, and we do carry some amount of vega risk and theta risk overnight. But most of the times we try to keep overnight risk as low as possible, because there have been some very freak gap openings in the last.
Because रात को नींद ठीक आनी चाहिए.
So the exact calculation is that the amount of theta that you are paying overnight, the time value of money that you are paying overnight, must be greater than the gamma profit or loss you will realize at the gap opening, in order for you to make money while selling options, and vice versa while buying options. So because gap openings are a sort of coin toss, and they are affected by overnight news cycles, and like you guys might recall a day just last week, actually a couple of days back, there was a day when Japan had opened gap down. The Japanese market was down 4%, and India was about to open at 9:15. Japan trades India time morning 5:30, and it was down 1200 points. So India opened gap down because of an overhang of bearish sentiment in the Asian markets. But by the time London opened, that is around 12:30, the market had fully recovered. If you remove the first 1 hour of trading, you might not even recognize that there was a large gap down in the market. So because of these events that cannot be very accurately priced in, we try to keep our overnight exposure as small as possible. But you can't remove overnight exposure altogether, because you might have to exit a lot of positions in a lot of options which are sort of illiquid. Like even if on the NSE website, if you look at the option chain, you will see that between the range of say 70 to 10 delta, the option prices are very tight. You will have to hardly pay 10-20 paisa and you can take a position. But as you move into the money, greater than 70 delta on call or put side, the market starts to get a lot wider. So that's why we practically can't close out all our positions every end of day. We have to carry some positions overnight.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Raj,
Hi, Shreyans. That was very insightful of you.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of questions. So firstly, you mentioned earlier that you use futures to hedge your options position. And so why is that? I mean, why not directly use option?
We can use options also, yeah. But most of the time, the option prices will all move. The supply demand for options will always be in one direction. So, for example, if there is a lot of bidding for OTM calls in Bank Nifty, and we are selling those in the market, to hedge those by buying some other calls in Bank Nifty will also be difficult because all call prices will get bid up. So we are indifferent to hedging with any instrument we can find. We sometimes can also do cross hedging wherein we can hedge some Bank Nifty exposure using Nifty options or some Bank Nifty exposure using HDFC Bank. So HDFC Bank is a very interesting case. I'm sure Vaibhav will cover this, but it has a very high weightage in both the indexes. And it's a fairly illiquid product compared to like HDFC Bank has a very low float, it has a very low option volume, but yet it commands a very high weightage in both the indexes. So depending on whatever mispricing we see in the market, we will hedge our risk using that product.
Okay. The reason why I asked it because I thought, I mean, it's relatively cheaper using futures or like, is it almost?
Oh no, so it's actually much cheaper using options, much cheaper, like more than 10 times cheaper to hedge using options.
Okay, fair enough.
guys, Raj, you are only thinking option premium as the cost, but I think the transaction costs go much higher in case of a future. Shreyan's correct?
Yeah, option prices, option
Because-
transaction costs are higher, and you have to pay a stamp duty over there if you want to buy. So that is another added cost. So yeah, option. That's why one more thing you might have noticed, or you can go and do this as an exercise, is that you will always find an ITM option. ITM option is roughly 1 delta. So an ITM option bid ask spread will be tighter than a future bid ask spread, just because the cost of trading the future is much higher.
Okay, fair enough. And lastly, I wanted to know, like, when the COVID outbreak had initially begun, and when India finally woke up to the truth that how COVID cases are increasing and all in March of 2020. So how was your strategy performing back then? Like, I'm sure you all had some probably exposure, and how did it finally like how did you all unfold it, and how did you all with the changing scenario changed your strategy? Like, if you could share some insights.
Okay, so this is a very competitive field. You will find the sharpest minds leaving their jobs, their core profile jobs, and joining HFT firms because of high risk, high reward sort of
HFT
job.
is high frequency trading, guys.
High frequency trading, right? Sorry. So yeah, the COVID time, we actually were bearish on the market long before the lockdown was actually announced. So we were short. We are not allowed to take delta exposure, but what we can do is we can buy more puts as compared to calls. That is in our hand if we are delta neutral. So we were bearish on the market since the start of March, actually since the start of February, because the first COVID case was reported back in December 31st. And all through January, we were all hearing cases of this virus. There was a cruise ship, I think Diamond Princess in Japan, which got a lot of attention. And there were cases in Italy. Italy was blowing up. So we actually sort of didn't make a lot of money because we were bearish from February. But then when March rolled in and the market started tanking, we realized that our hypothesis was correct. We were just earlier in deploying it. So yeah, we had to quickly go into the market. We had a team conference I remember in the middle of March, sometime 10th March, wherein we all decided that we should start paying theta, buying implied volatility wherever it is cheap. And that's how we made money. We started buying options, calls, puts, whatever we could find, we started buying. And then when actually it started moving, indexes, lower circuit, upper circuit, these type of moves started happening. So we were able to actually make money on that, right? So for firms like ours, the biggest tailwind for profitability is liquidity. And whenever the market moves a lot, there is a lot of liquidity, especially in March. If you go back and look at daily turnover data, NSE releases a monthly report called Market Pulse. So you will see that since March of 2020, option volume, option turnover, future volume, future turnover has gone through the roof. There is a lot of speculation, a lot of retail participation, a lot of hedging activity going on for these large moves. So all that liquidity helps us in trying to make more money, because like I said, we earn the spread, bid and ask, each ka spread. That is what we earn. So if there is more liquidity, there are more chances to keep earning this spread. So yeah, March was actually good for us. Actually,
okay, so do you all buy longer dated options? I mean, like
no, we haven't started, but because there's no liquidity yet, but we do expect liquidity to pick up in Nifty and Bank Nifty quarterly options. So we do have a project going on wherein we are creating a UI, a tool to accurately start pricing longer dated options as well.
okay, fine. That's all. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And guys, these people can actually, they are in touch with NSE, they are in touch with exchanges as well, and put their views in front of exchanges that you should do this in order to create more liquidity or this and that, blah blah blah.
Yeah, so there are a lot of papers that SEBI releases, orders, where they ask for advice, or they ask for views. So yeah, we very frequently we have to put up a table wherein whatever they have asked, we try to put that in points, explain it to them, and there is a lot of back and forth between exchanges and firms like ours, because it's their best interest is in ensuring there is market integrity and market continuity, and that is what we provide, HFTs provide. So there is a lot of back and forth wherein we put our views to the exchange asks us for advice, and this goes on for many products. MCX also we do this, BSE also we do this. Yeah.
Anyone else? Guys, I hope whatever Shreyans said, obviously 30-40% would have bounced over your head, because the way these guys speak, sometimes it's so fast, like buying a Vega, buying a theta and all, that you need to think, oh, theta matlab time, kal hi to padha tha, Vega matlab volatility. So for people like us also who have been doing this, for people like me who have been doing this for years now, kabhi iski bhasha mere ko bhi samajhne mein takes a little time. But then I can. So I'm very sure that it might be a little difficult for you, but then, you can go back, listen to the recording, play it slowly, think about how these things are being formed. So I'll give you one example. When he's saying that overnight positions, or he said that buy a theta, what do you Shan say? I'm selling a theta, but buying. Theta is negative, right? Yesterday we saw whatever happens, theta is always going to be a negative value, because you are losing value of a call and put both when you go nearer to the expiry. Correct? So when someone decides to buy a call or a put, basically he is anyways, what will you say, Shreyan? Selling a theta, right?
Selling theta.
Selling a theta, because you are losing theta's value. But then you need to counter it with buying a Vega, because then you would have to expect that volatility should increase that much that it counters the value you are losing through time value.
Yeah.
Or the second approach is, which we talked about, was that you need to be so sure that the spot prices increases such a high level, if volatility is constant or whatever, that it counters the time. But being market makers, they are not concerned about the market movement anyways. So the two things which they remain with is your volatility and time ka confluence. So usko wo hona chahiye. So I think this is what can be a little explanation to what happened on 10th March in his meeting, maybe.
Yeah. So there's always, it's like a race between time value and gamma exposure. And if gamma exposure is winning, then option buyers are winning. If time value is winning, then option sellers are winning.
Yeah. And most of the cases, time value ही जीतता है. Until unless
Yeah,
there are
so there is a good reason for that, and the reason is that nobody will sell you options if they don't charge an implied volatility premium. So, for example, say you are trading Reliance Industries, so you will look back, you will see that it has a historical volatility of 31%. For example, by historical volatility, I mean that over the last 1 year, the stock has moved with a IV of 31%. IV is
I would want to ask a question here. Whatever annualized volatility or historical volatility we see on NSE, is that 1 year data, or it can also be a 2 year or a 3 year data in some other data?
it can be
sources?
multiple years data, but it is always annualized.
So matlab, when you're calculating on an Excel sheet, what I would do generally when I'm doing it manually is that I'll take prices of last 1 year, calculate returns daily, and वो daily returns 250, 251 जो भी data points आते हैं उसका हम standard deviation ले लेते हैं. That is your daily volatility. Then you
Yes.
multiply it by under root 252 to get annualized volatility.
Yes, yes.
So this is one way. The other way you can also do is like take 3 years of data, again calculate daily returns, and then calculate standard deviation. That will also give you daily volatility, and you multiply it by under root 252. Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So what is the default? I think that the default case is that 1 year data is taken only. But then there might ऐसा नहीं है.
It actually varies from product to product, and it actually varies from the time period of the options you're trading. So like the longest dated options that we trade is roughly 2 months. So because we are trading IV of 2 months, we won't look at historical data that is greater than 2 months. If we are trading it, like there are weekly expiries in the case of both the indexes, NSE, Bank Nifty and Nifty. So weekly expiry is just 5 trading days, 7 days to expiry. So for trading the weekly expiry, we will look at only the past 7 days realized volatility. We will take that data, we will calculate daily realized volatility, scale it up, annualize it, and we'll arrive at a number. Now, we will always sell options at a volatility greater than the realized volatility, and that is a minimum spread that every market maker will take. Not just market maker, every option seller will also take to sort of protect their portfolio from a case of large loss. So if you guys have seen payoff diagrams for calls and puts, you might, if you recall that, so you might see that in case of a person selling an option, the losses could be very large. But in case of a person buying an option, the maximum loss is capped. The maximum loss you can make on a long option position is just the premium that you're paying. But in case of a short option position, it can go as high as the underlying itself actually. So so that is that minimum spread above the realized volatility is needed to sort of protect portfolios of option sellers. You might have, if you follow Twitter or traders on Twitter, you might have read or come across selling straddles on IV spikes. This is a very common strategy that people from home can deploy. And what this means is essentially that they keep tracking the implied volatility in the market, and whenever they see a spike, that is when they sell options. That is when they sell the straddle. And the reason is that you want to sell at a high implied volatility to have that extra safety margin.
Why wouldn't someone see? We know that whenever the volatility is IV is way beyond your historical or annualized volatility, people start selling it to gain that IV crash, right? But ulta nahi hota hai. So these days currently IV is too low. Abhi IV is 11, 12 and all. But ulta nahi hoga that people will start buying straddles as of now. Straddle guys is buying a call and a put at the same strike price. We'll cover that after this thing. So ऐसा नहीं होगा. Opposite is not true always, right? Because people will actually, the way people are selling options when the IV peaks, that won't happen when IB actually bottoms out. कि वहां पे खरीदते रहो वो नहीं होगा, right?
No, because 2 reasons for that. Number one, if you're buying options, then you can't just buy a straddle and sit. You have to keep hedging your position. You have to. So okay, when you buy the straddle, you will be delta neutral, but whenever there is a market move, you will gain some delta exposure. And if you don't hedge that in time, you won't be able to realize the option premium you've paid. So say I am buying a 100 rupee straddle, which is at the money, and the market moved up 50 rupees. So now if I don't do a hedging trade, if I don't say sell half a delta or sell a ATM call option 50 rupees above, and the market falls back down, I will not be able to realize that 100 rupee premium that I've paid while buying, right? And in the case of options selling, straddle selling is the exact opposite. You sell and you don't do anything. If the market stays within that range of minus sigma to plus sigma, you make money. So that is why the opposite is not true. Not everybody will buy straddles when the IVs are low, because that requires follow-up trades. That requires a lot of hedging.
One reason I was trying to give was, and I don't know whether, so mere understanding ke hisab se, the thing is that, see, generally, why do you sell options when IV reaches a peak is because generally there is a kind of a mean reversion which happens to your historical or annualized volatility, which we have observed that mean reversion happens very fast when the IVs have already peaked. But जब IVs बहुत नीचे होते हैं तो वो mean reversion पहुंचने में time लगता है, which is what we have been seeing over the last 3 to 4 weeks, I think.
Yes,
So
yes.
it is below 15.
Have been very low IV. And yes, you're right in saying that IVs can remain low for extended periods of time, but IVs can't remain high for extended periods of time.
Right.
That is another reason.
Great. और कुछ guys, any other question? ये देखो और कहीं नहीं मिलेगा exposure to a professional trader. I'm telling you, this has to be the USP of 5 days. तो कुछ question हो तो पूछ लो. Vikram and Raj asked brilliant questions. अगर नहीं है तो you have to okay, Raj, still another question क्या?
Yeah. So Shreyans, on average, historically speaking, what kind of strategies have made the most money in terms of percentage, like PNL percent?
Okay, so if you don't limit yourself to delta neutral or to large caps or anything, over the last few years, the most money has been made in momentum strategies. That is like by and far. If you guys are invested in the market, you might have seen a few names that are momentum names, like Adani Green, for example, Adani Total Gas.
Yeah.
So momentum strategies have given phenomenal returns in the last 2-3 years. Phenomenal returns.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ ओपन क्यू डिफेंसिव मोमेंटम ले लो तुम लोग जिसने नहीं लिया. ठीक है, राज, done?
Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Yeah, Vikram.
Just a very basic question. You mentioned about this delta neutral strategy. Can retail investors apply delta neutral strategies without trading exchange? I mean, people like us, can we do delta neutral trades?
Yeah, yes, you can. But see, we are able to deploy delta neutral trades because we can get in and out of every position by paying a very small spread, because we are market makers. So if we want to reduce some risk or gain some risk, it's very easy for us. We just have to skew our bid-ask prices a little, right? But for a retail trader, the delta neutral management is a little difficult because say, for example, you buy an ATM straddle, you buy an ATM call and an ATM put. So that's plus 50 delta, minus 50 delta. You are delta neutral when you have initiated.
Plus 50 minus 50 is 0.5 minus 0.5.
0.5. Yeah. So now whenever the market moves from here, you will gain a delta exposure. Say the market moves up, your call delta will increase from say 50 to 75, and your put delta may fall from 50 to minus 50 to minus 25. So now you have a net delta exposure of 0.5 delta. So if you don't manage these hedging trades very frequently or very accurately, then it's sort of difficult to consistently make money on delta neutral strategies. If you figure out ways to do this at a retail level, at a low frequency level, because retailers will not be trading millions of trades in a day, then yes, you can apply.
But उस केस में अब वो रिटेल नहीं रह जाता है ना. If you can do these kind of things in a million trade, वो बनी HNI क्या या institutional.
Again, exactly what I'm saying is, if you figure out ways to trade delta neutral sitting at your home, then very soon, yeah, you'll be sitting in a new home.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
ठीक है, let Shreyans go in case there are no further questions.
If you have any more questions, yeah, Vaibhav, you can pass them on to me.
You just send it on the WhatsApp group we have, and I'll try to get answered within 24 hours, if not longer. देखो 4 बजे के बाद the traders life is like after the market hours they are mentally they might be a little overnight position is opened or something, but then they are free. So unlike other roles like investment banking or these kind of a roles where you are also working till late nights, private equity, at least till 8:30 to let's say 4:30 their mind is completely gone. I mean kya chal raha hai bahar, they won't even care, right? Kuch bhi ho jaye. But then after 4 I think they are relatively free, so it balances out. High pressure job, high speed, but then hopefully high money and weekend pay chill.
Yeah, most
Uh,
weekends they chill, hopefully.
Yeah.
So Shreyan, just a career-related question. So like, how can one level up to become a HFT trader? Like the stages to become one.
Okay, so if you are interested in mathematics, statistics, and Python coding, then it's set for you. You just have to, you can do a few basic courses on Python for financial markets. Very many courses available for free, YouTube, Coursera, and yeah. Sorry, your question is how can you become an HFT trader at home, right? Like for your own setup, or are you asking if you
Professionally
Yeah.
like
working in a firm like yours basically?
Acha, for that, yeah. So most of the hiring process in firms like ours is actually very close knit. It works a lot on referrals and fresh recruiting out of IITs, IIMs, Triple IT, and it's actually so our firm actually does not hire anybody who is either not referred by anyone from the firm or not a fresh graduate out of college. Uh, but again, coming back to my earlier point, if you are interested in mathematics, statistics, and Python, if you're just interested in mathematics and statistics, you can easily learn Python programming and start some sort of basic algo trading at home. It's very easy. Lots of people do it. If you open Twitter, you'll find lots and lots of traders who do this full time. There are trading groups. There are services which will give you live NSE chart access, OI data access, and a trading chat room wherein you can probably bounce ideas, debug your code, fix your code, deploy it, backtest it, do all those sorts of things.
But just to add, Shreyans, I mean, yours is a typical market making firm, which is which are not many in India, anyways, right?
Yeah.
But then there would be many proprietary trading firms, wealth management firms, so the banks and everyone, all these NBFC. I don't know, but they have this proprietary trading desks as well, right? So probably getting into those would be a little easier than probably getting into a company like yours, right? So what Shreyan said, mathematics, statistics always is the foremost requirement. And Nehit, basically, these firms actually without experience, they would really want someone right from the college and with a mathematics, statistics degree or an engineering degree in computer science, basically. I don't know what's really, I mean, I forgot what's your background, but that's one of the things which these companies look at it. For example, Edelweiss also has a proprietary trading desk where the process is similar as to what Shreyans discussed. And the thing is that these are there are very less number of vacancies over here. So it's not like like an equity research. So many firms are there, and so many people are actually getting into different kind of sectors. If there is anything to add, Shreyans, which may help people who might be on this call to actually, if they want to make a career into that, I think there is one institute called Quant Insti, which actually prepares you to kind of get into the HFT trading kind of thing. I have no experience. I have no idea about that. I'm not promoting it, but I've just heard about it that it's
Yeah, that's one of
that kind of thing.
Even I'm not promoting it, but I know from friends and colleagues that it is actually top notch. The quality of education they provide you is very good. They have a course called EPAT, which is Executive Program for Algorithmic Trading, which is a part-time weekends only course for people who are already working and might be busy from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. They have a course specially designed for people like those. And yeah, if you are interested in coding and markets, then that is one of the things you can look at.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you,
That's
Shreyan,
it.
for the guidance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that is it. Shreyans, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
it was
coming
lovely.
again.
Yeah. All right, guys. All the best. See you in the markets.
चलो पढ़ाई करना चालू करते हैं अब फिर से, हो गई मस्ती.
Bye, guys.
ठीक है, बाय बाय. Great. How was it? Very much in sync with whatever we studied over the last 3 days. थोड़ा थोड़ा ऊपर से निकला होगा, I'm sure. But ठीक है, it's okay. When I also talk to him, it's not that I get all 100% of what he is speaking, because I do not want to show him in front कि यार वो इतनी स्पीड में बोल रहा है मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. I also have to keep my image that kind of thing ना. हाँ हाँ जो बोल रहे हो सब समझ में आ रहा है मुझे. Generally 95% of the things only I can take in. 5% still bounces off my head. But ठीक है, I mean you watch the recordings, you watch you think about it what he spoke. Most of it I was observing 95% of the things what he was speaking was actually we have covered in the past 3 days somewhere in some form. Already more than an hour and we haven't started off with today's thing. So tomorrow we have free. I mean that is why I kept that buffer wala thing. So we'll cover strategies a little bit today and then obviously we'll follow it up tomorrow as well. I am really clueless as to why 6 people have not joined. Only one of them actually pinged me and said that he'll not be able to join today. But ठीक है, recording है इसलिए मैं record नहीं करता हूँ अपने webinars, free वाले webinars, because then people will start not coming to all these sessions. Anyways, the thing is transaction costs. Let's discuss first margin requirements. Once we are done with the margin requirements, I'll show you a basic strategies today and give you a little bit of tools as to how you can tonight think about creating some strategies and then come prepared tomorrow, and then we'll discuss more of it, because अगर कल ही करते हैं सारा then you don't have time to come back for the next session day, right? So let's spend some 20-25 odd minutes and then tomorrow maybe we can wrap up early. Screen visible nahi hoga, correct? So let us make it visible. Okay, so margin requirements is the first thing. करना क्या है, ब्राउजर खोलना, यहाँ पे लिखना Zerodha margin calculator. Someone tell me screen is visible now. Say yes.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Shrutal, you got disconnected. Right. I'm opening zero. Otherwise, you can open any kind of margin calculators. Google में से margin calculator लिखोगे तो बहुत सारे दे देगा option. Zerodha everybody uses. That is why I am showing Zerodha. Just go down and select NFO. NFO is your future and option. NSE future and option. So this is exchange basically. Nifty, sorry, NSE futures and option, MCX and CDS. Anyways, we are not doing MCX and CDS. Let's ignore. Product options. Okay. Then let's take Nifty of 1st July next week. कहाँ है 1st July? Why is it only showing us monthly options? What is this? जीरोधा की तारीफ कर दी तो इसने पोपट कर दिया. Anyways, let's look at 29 July. You'll get an idea anyways. Then you can go and open any sort of calculator outside and can get an idea. Now 29 July ka Nifty options calls strike price. Let's assume 16,000. 16,000 Nifty. Net quantity, it is again automatically changed to 50 because from July lot size is becoming 50. and you need to buy this, right? You do add. Now when you press add, you know from this chart, or sorry, from this chart, that Nifty on 29 July 16,000 call option is 187. 16,000 call 29 July is 0. Today Zerodha has gone mad. Guys, इसमें मेरी गलती नहीं है, please. It was working fine in the morning when I was testing it out, and it has become my internet. Zerodha has lost a client. Oh, so many clients. ठीक है, इसमें करते हैं. Same thing. Let's go to options. Fine. Then let's go to 1st July. Quantity 75. Strike price. Today Nifty closed at what? 15,800 around. Let's look at 15,800 ka call. No, we don't need this. Add. What is happening over here, bhai? Yeah, this is again future. Anyways, when I'm selling, it is showing the value. Ideally, what it should have shown is that when you are buying, the total margin, it's not called margin basically. That is why मैं फालतू Zerodha को गाली दे रहा हूँ. But I was buying the option. For buying, it will not show the margin. Maybe for buying, you need to have that money into the account. I generally call that as margin again. But let's understand this one. Abhi, I have closed the screen where I can't see all of you. So if again someone can do Hahu, so that should be good. Now this is what I have selected for 24 June. Let's go for 1st July. 1st July 16,000 ka call option we need to sell. So we remove this one. And this is 1st July ka call option. Now look at the margin. There are two kind of margins, span margin and exposure margin. As I told you, span margin ka matlab hota hai, the full form is standardized portfolio analysis, something like this, standardized portfolio analysis, where they will the exchange gives you this formula that for buying this or selling this option, selling this call option, you need to have 1,08,668 rupees in your account. Plus there is another component called exposure margin, which is actually for the benefit of the broker. Now brokers also need to keep, so this span margin is actually, going to from the NSE, that this isn't calculated in the kind of, risk management of the exchange. This is actually for the risk management of the, this is not for the risk management of the broker. Span margin is for the risk management of the exchange. And exposure margin is over and above the span margin, which is for the risk management of the broker. This is also mainly given by the exchange, but then as I said, the different brokers might have a different kind of a little leeway in actually pricing this. Correct. Now what happens is that if you see that the total margin when you are shorting this option is 1,32,353. So that means itna paisa tumhare account mein hona chahiye. Now what we say is that when you are buying an option, obviously you are paying an upfront fee, right? But when you are selling an option, you should receive the money, correct? But वो receiving में तो क्या है कि पैसा तो मिल रहा है, but then वो margin की वजह से you need more money when you are actually selling an option, which makes it more and more kind of risky. And where are these span margin, exposure margin numbers coming from? These are coming from something, a model which is called VAR, which is value at risk, which will cover 99% of your calculation of how much this should be. Then there are, for that 1% of the remaining thing, they also have complex models which will actually, because they need to calculate it till the very end, like 99.99% and all those 100% to kabhi bhi ho nahi pata hai. But then with every kind of a movement in the underlying, this margin requirement keeps on changing. But this is exposure margin on spend margin has sufficient buffer where a little bit of margin movement ऊपर नीचे will not be impacted. But एकदम से अगर market 15,800 से 15,900 हो गया and तुम्हारे अकाउंट में पैसे में सिर्फ 1,35,000 ही है, तो वो मार्जिन कॉल दे देगा कि एकदम से requirement has become 1,40,000 and you are short of $5,000. Then within some few minutes or few hours, at least in Zerodha, you need to add that amount in your savings or in your demat account, in your trading account. Otherwise the position will be closed by the broker. So this is where the total margin requirement is. Now interestingly, what has happened in the last, I think 1.5 years is that pehle itna margin nahi hota tha requirement when you are shorting an option, but then they increased the margin because a lot of people, retail investors, were actually, they were trying to do these kind of things. Yeah, Kajal.
Does this margin requirement also mean that this is the maximum amount of money I can lose?
No, because you have shorted the option, the maximum amount of money you are losing is unlimited. So that is what
Yes.
I'm trying to explain. With every rise in the spot, your margin requirement will keep on rising.
Okay.
So by 15-20 rupees of Nifty ऊपर गया तो ये margin requirement हो सकता है 1,35,000 हो जाए, 136 हो जाए. Every time when I have a short option and I keep refreshing my this screen on Zerodha for how much fund requirement is there, margin requirement is there, वो 10-20 रुपए ऊपर नीचे हर second होता है. So even after your margin requirement, which is the minimum at least which you should have to take the position, otherwise exchange won't even allow you to take a position. 1,30,000 हुआ account में वो कह देगा balance नहीं है आपके पास. But if you have 1,50,000 also, then the remaining 18,000 is like a buffer. So ideally, I would suggest if you're taking this kind of a position, at least have 2 lakh into the account. Otherwise, your position will be deemed closed if the market just goes up and you are sold a call. ठीक है? देखो, don't raise hands
Yes.
because ऊपर कहीं पे मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है because I am on the screen. But just speak out. Now, what I was saying was that what exchange did few years, 1 year back was that they said that if you have hedged your position, what do I mean by hedged your position means if you have sold a position, sold a call option, simultaneously if you have bought a call option on the same underlying at a different strike price, then your margin requirements goes drastically down because you are hedged now. So तुम्हारा exposure net zero हो गया है. Exchange को कोई tension नहीं है अभी इसमें. Correct? Now see what happens. Now we have already added this and you remember that 1st July 16,000 strike price sold, call sold का total margin is 132,353. याद नहीं रखना है, सामने लिखा हुआ है. Let's add one more where we say that I want to, this you have sold. Now you say I want to buy for 15,900 का call option also साथ में, तो hedging हो जाएगी. So let's add 15,900 call option buy. Add. Just look at this. Just look at this. How much total margin requirement is now you have to put? Just 23,686. Still, that does not mean that this margin requirement cannot go up. It can go up. But अभी वो up भी जाएगा तो 24,000 होगा, 25,000 होगा, 26,000 होगा. जितना पास में जाते रहोगे उतना होगा. But then when you are going towards the market, I mean when the market is rising, no, this option which you bought 15,900 ka, it is also becoming in the money, kind of it is giving you profit and 16,000 is losing money for you because you are moving, you have sold that option. Net, you are also making money if the market is going. You want market to go up. So if you are making some money from your option, both the positions together, even a little margin requirements, if it is rising, you won't mind. Because तुम 50,000 तो अकाउंट में रखोगे ना अगर इस तरह का ट्रेड लेना है तो मिनिमम. So all and now when you are squaring it off, always remember to first sell or square off the arm which you have sold, because otherwise क्या होगा कि हमने चलो सब कुछ अच्छा चल रहा है, हमने एकदम से इसको बेच दिया एंड मार्केट ऊपर चला गया. टू रियलाइज प्रॉफिट ऑफ 15,900 का ऑप्शन में क्या हुआ कल को 15,900 का ऑप्शन कितने का है इस समय? जस्ट अ सेकेंड. So 15,900 option, if it is available for 1st July at $75 and 16,000 was sold at 41. और मान लो मार्केट कल ऊपर चला गया, मार्केट हो गया 15,850 और 15,900 एंड सडनली दिस ऑप्शन बिकम 15,900 का ऑप्शन बन गया 100. तो यू विल से कि 25 रुपए चलो यहाँ प्रॉफिट बुक कर लेते हैं. And this 16,000 will become a little lesser because obviously the delta is low, this and that, and then 50 this 16,000 option becomes 50 rupees. So net you are in profit, but you will say that 15,900 let's book, because if market on 1st July doesn't reach 16,000, I'm going to make money on shorting this option as well, because then entire 41.50 premium is pocketed by you. तो तुमने तो दोनों लेग में प्रॉफिट बना लिया. But two things.
Sorry to interrupt.
हाँ.
Yeah, actually I couldn't understand that. That was a fasting deal, but was.
अच्छा. What did you? कहाँ से start?
No, I didn't get the scenario actually. Which one you were mentioning?
ठीक है, great. Okay, no problem. Let's take a step back and let's take let's look at this sheet, which we actually kind of discussed yesterday. Or day before yesterday. You remember this chart? This sheet. अभी sheet दिख रही है कि नहीं?
Yeah.
Excel.
Yes.
Excel is visible. Now let's talk about some kind of strategies first, and then let's talk about that what I was speaking about, the margin requirement. So one is called a spread, and let's introduce bull call spread to you guys. Bull call spread में क्या होता है? You buy a call of the same underlying. Again, we are taking Nifty as an example. You buy a call at strike price 1. Let that strike price be 15,100. Again, this was made in April, so obviously these numbers would look a little lesser, but you know the concept, right? Strike price 1, 15,100 pe you buy a call, which is what I was telling you. 15,900 pe you buy a call, and then you sell a call at 15,200 in this example, which was 16,000 for us. यहाँ पे हुआ क्या है कि premium of this call, this strike price was 90 rupees, and you are buying it, so you are paying 90, okay? But when you sell a call of premium 2, which you are selling at 16,000 for the example and 15,200 over here, because you are selling a call, you are getting that money. I am not अभी margin requirement का concept हटा दो. ये समझ में आ गया? When you are buying a call, you are paying 90 rupees, and when simultaneously you are selling a call, you are receiving 39 rupees. So net, what you have paid is 51 rupees.
Yeah.
The payoff diagram for this kind of a thing, सामने जो दिख रहा है, इसका एक formula देख लो. Anyways, this video will be with you, but just look at the formula. What I have done is minus F61. F61 is your net premium. तो premium तो cost है, वो तो minus होगा. Just concentrate on this portion of the formula, max of this. So I gave you, and this is on expiry, obviously. I gave you two formulas of max of 0, this and 0, that. So in calls, what was the max payoff formula for that? Max of 0, spot minus strike. So I have plotted on this chart at each level both the thing I have calculated together. So if you see over here, so this is spot minus strike for the long call. So this is plus this, and this again is the spot minus strike for short call, but again this would be minus, because यहाँ पे तो हम शॉर्ट है ना कॉल के, तो वो पूरा नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. इतना तो समझ में आ गया? तो यहाँ पे दो ऑप्शन है हमारे पास. तो द पे ऑफ फॉर्मूला विल बी द addition or the subtraction, whatever, the net of both of these. This is clear? Any doubt? jaldi bolo. ठीक है. So what I've done is for each level from 14,900 to 15,500 random मैंने ले लिया. मैंने ये same formula लगा के at assuming this is the spot price on the day of expiry, I've calculated a payoff structure, payoff graph, whatever, table. If you see, the maximum loss you will make is obviously the premium, the net premium which you have paid, which is 51 rupees. But यहाँ पे problem क्या है ना, कि the maximum profit is also capped. Why is this capped? Because after this level, the money which you are making from the market which has gone up, from your buy call, simultaneously you are also losing because you have shorted a call. तो ये इन दोनों डायग्राम का, इसका और इसका summation हो जाएगा, kind of summation क्या बोलेंगे, मतलब you know, so that is why this line over here till here would be something थोड़ा ऊपर जाएगा, and then there would be a sell call. Sell कौन सा short call है ना, यहाँ पे पता, तो net when this upper line and this down line will get cancelled out, तो वो एक straight line आ जाएगा. So ultimately this is a combination of these two things, these two charts. तुम लोग करके देख सकते हो उसको, just look at the formula over here in the video and then you can figure it out. So this would be plotted like this. When you are doing the opposite thing, you can, this is called bull call spread. When will you take this bull call spread? When you are bullish on the market, because you will only make money, you will end up in this zone, the positive profit zone, when the market is going up. But if you are bearish, and you know, when the market is going up, you can take this as well as you can take this as well as you can take this. Now it's your choice which strategy works well for you, because यहाँ पे, although it is unlimited profit, but the point is that the probability of making that is also low, right? Second thing is, this is also expensive. Don't look at the premium figures which I have put in this chart, because those are all random numbers I have put. अभी हम लोग करेंगे ना उसको on in the real time, we'll see the real values. So this is an option where I can have a sleepless night, because I know before even getting into a trade that this is the maximum loss I am going to make, this is the maximum profit I am going to make, irrespective wherever the market moves. If I am okay with taking that kind of a loss for the trade, I don't care. और तुम बोलोगे कि यार फिर ऊपर तो कैप्ड है ना, मैं तुम्हें बताऊं साइकोलॉजिकली होता क्या है. When you start making a profit in the options, no, naked option. When I say naked option means it is just one direction. There is no hedging. दूसरा option नहीं है. When you start making this profit on the naked option, ना, just one option leg, तुम्हें बस लगता है exit कब करूं, exit कब करूं, exit कब करूं. And वो 5-6 रुपए का profit होगा ना, 10 रुपए का, 15, आज देखा ना मैंने स्कैल्पिंग में क्या किया था, 4 रुपए का प्रॉफिट हुआ, 5 रुपए का आई जस्ट एग्जिटेड. सो whenever you are in the market, in the profit, you will just want to book profit and go away. जब लॉस होता है तो लगता है यार स्टॉप लॉस नहीं लगाया तो और वेट करते हैं, let's wait. Correct? So why I am saying so is, when you are anyways in the naked option, you are going to cut your positions and not wait for that maximum upside of unlimited upside or whatever. तो तुम लोग अपने दिमाग में पहले से ही रख लो ना, this is the maximum loss I am going to bear on a trade and this is the maximum profit I am going to bear on the trade, and try to increase the probability of the profits and decrease the amount you are paying upfront, cost you are paying. क्योंकि जब कॉम्बिनेशन लेंगे तो सस्ता पड़ेगा ना. अगर हमने सिर्फ 90 रुपीज का ऑप्शन लेके बैठ गए होते तो आर कॉस्ट वुड हैव बीन 4550 लॉट के हिसाब से. But now when we have done this kind of a trade, we are only paying 51 into 50, which is only 2550 rupees net of transaction cost. तो अपना कॉस्ट कम हो गया, रात को नींद अच्छी आएगी, डायरेक्शन से कोई मतलब नहीं है कहां जा रहा है, क्रैश भी हो गया तो इट्स ओके. नाउ लेट्स लुक एट द अदर वे अराउंड. अगर हम बेयरिश हैं तो व्हाट वी कैन डू इज वी कैन क्रिएट द सेम स्ट्रेटजी यूजिंग पुट्स. तो यहाँ पे बुल कॉल स्प्रेड बोलते हैं, इसको बेयर पुट स्प्रेड बोलेंगे. A bear put spread says that you buy a put at strike price 1 which is अब हम उल्टा जा रहे हैं. So this strike price 1 will be higher, right? We are selling, we are buying a put at, let's say in today's scenario, we are buying a put at 15,700 because तभी तो फायदा होगा ना, हम आउट ऑफ द मनी पुट लिए ना. 15,750 पे मार्केट बंद हुआ आज. 15,750 पे मार्केट बंद हुआ आज. If we are going to be bullish on the market, we'll take, let's say, a 15,800 ka call. If we are bearish on the market, I'm repeating this because I can only see Chandra's face and I think he is not being able to understand this. तो इसलिए मैं थोड़ा slow करके फिर से बोल रहा हूँ. So Chandra, so if we are bearish on the market कि कल market गिरेगा, so as we started off earlier that I generally prefer buying either at the money option or slightly out of the money option, not deep out of the money option. Buying के case में. So if market is ending today at 15,750, 760, मेरे लिए slightly out of the money क्या हुआ? Put option. Put option की बात हो रही है. तो white is up, yellow is नीचे. तो ऊपर वाले out of the money है यहाँ पे. तो 15,700 मेरे लिए immediate out of the money हुआ. So I will buy a immediate out of the money 15,700 का call का put. But the problem is that 15,700 का put for me is going to be costing me 71 rupees for 1st July का option. अब मुझे 71 into 50, 3,500 bucks नहीं देना. तो मैं क्या करूं? And I'm not sure also. So what I'll simultaneously do is I will sell a 45 rupees का a slightly further out of the money put option, just like हमने call में किया था. Correct? So यहाँ पे मैंने जो example में लिया है 70 का ये पड़ा, 29 का ये sell किया, तो net 41 rupees का पड़ा. And the payoff diagram will be again the same kind of a thing. But here what will happen is that you are going to make money when the Nifty goes in your direction, your expected direction. नीचे जाएगा तो पैसा बनेगा. But अगर ऊपर चला गया तो you are going to lose. But the concept remains same. You are going to gain उतना ही जितना you are going to lose. मतलब पहले से everything is decided. Nothing will change over here. If you are keeping this till expiry, even if you are not keeping this till expiry and want to square off before expiry, your loss will never be beyond 41. Now, how are you calculating this 41 and 59? ये automatic आता है. The maximum loss you are going to make तो आराम से आ जाएगा when you are going to net your premium of both the options. ये तो maximum loss है which you have already paid. The maximum profit will be the difference of these strike prices, which is 100 minus your cost 59. ठीक है. Similarly in this maximum loss was 51, then इसका difference 100 minus 51 was 49. अब तुम लोग के पास ये क्वेश्चन आना चाहिए कि in this trade the bull call spread, whatever examples I have taken, बॉस इसमें मेरा प्रॉफिट का चांसेस, द प्रोबेबिलिटी इज लेस देन माय लॉस का प्रोबेबिलिटी. भले ही 1% है, बट ये तो गैम्बल ट्रेड हो गया ना. इट्स लाइक अ 50-50% चांस. कुछ भी करके बैठ गए, ऊपर गया तो भी उतना प्रॉफिट, नीचे गया तो भी इतना लॉस. तो जनरली व्हेन आई एम मेकिंग अ स्ट्रेटजी, व्हाट आई विल ट्राई टू फाइंड इज दैट देयर शुड बी अ रेशियो लाइक 1:2. एटलीस्ट अगर मैं 10 रुपए का लॉस ले रहा हूं तो मुझे 20 रुपए का प्रॉफिट तो मिलना चाहिए ना. Otherwise, it's a gamble trade for me. So I will try to maximize my probability and maximize my profitability by taking certain combinations where I will get that. Got it? yahan tak sabko clear hua? Now, when you are taking these two simultaneous trades together, then your premium also goes down by a huge margin, which we saw in that example on that website. 1,34,000 से 25-26,000 आ गया. Good. Now what I was trying to say when you were not understanding was that now when you have taken two legs together, a buy call and a sell call, जब इसको square off करोगे expiry के पहले, तो पहले sell वाला square off करना है, so that exchange doesn't shoot up or the broker doesn't shoot up your margin requirement from 25 to एक साथ 1,35,000. Maybe your account only has 50,000. वो एकदम से margin call आ जाएगा और तुम्हारे दोनों legs उड़ा देगा. So just keep this in mind. Always exit your short call पहले and then or exit your long call. And both have to be done quickly. Otherwise, एक बेचा ना, so this payoff diagram will get, एकदम से तुमने बेच दिया short leg, and then you started observing that the market has started going down. तो जो short में जो पैसा जो बनता वो तो बना नहीं because वो बेच दिया, but जो long में जो बन रहा था वो भी नीचे आ गया. So eventually you will end up making less than what your initial thoughts were. यहाँ तक clear है सबको? If this is clear, then we are good to go. किसको देखना था butterfly spread? So
yes sir, मेरे को
राज spread भी बनाएंगे ना हम लोग. Butterfly spread में क्या होता है? Now a strategy can be made for all the kind of expectations from the market. Now we were expecting market to go up, तो हमने bull call spread बनाया या हमने long call ले लिया या whatever, right? If we are expecting the market to go down, what we will do is we will buy a bear put spread, or we'll buy a simple naked put. But then there might be some, and you will think कि क्या बोल रहा है वैभव, बेवकूफ है क्या अगर तुम लोग पिछले एक साल से ही मार्केट फॉलो कर रहे हो. But sorry, but I'm trying to say is कि मार्केट अगर एक रेंज में रहता है for a long time, रेंज में रहता नहीं है मार्केट आजकल, but there are times when the market is in range only, and you are expecting that there is hardly any volatility. Market is neither going to go much down or neither it is going to go much up. How to make profit then? Then there is a strategy which is called a butterfly strategy or an iron condor strategy, which we were discussing today कि आज cover करेंगे क्या. Butterfly strategy में क्या होता है? Butterfly spread में, just read this in the yellow box. You buy one call at strike. There are 4 calls involved, four options involved over here. ठीक है? So you buy one call at strike price 1, which I assume to be 14,700. Let's assume market today is at 14,900. अब तुम लोग को मैं लाइव एग्जांपल दिखाई देता हूं उसका, चलेगा या लेट हो रहा है?
No, sure.
Okay. So I've just logged into yesterday's Sensible, and यहाँ पे BD में strategy builder आता है. So this is the screen which will open. Let's delete all the things which are already here. यार I was expecting कि ये सब ना कर दे. Oh wow, very good. Not letting me delete. ये सही है. But can I add something? देखो अगर नहीं होता है तो not a worry, हम लोग Opstra पे करेंगे इसको. ठीक है, उनकी प्रॉब्लम. Let's open, guys, see, let's open opstra.defineedge.com. ठीक है?
How can't we do it on Excel only?
यार रियल टाइम प्राइसेस देखने हैं ना. मैं इसको
Okay, we
दिखा
need
के
to
एक्सेल
change
पे
the
चला
prices.
जाऊंगा. What do you need?
Okay.
अच्छा नहीं.
We need
What
to
do you
change the
need?
prices. We
चलो
need to
ठीक है,
change the
ठीक है,
prices in
ठीक
your
है,
Excel.
ठीक है. I'll just change the prices and show you. ठीक है? So let's assume that the market today, and Excel में दिखाने के बाद I'll definitely go back to Opstra website because obviously live strategies को दिखाने के लिए we need to look at those prices. So right
No,
now for the
don't do
butterfly
it for my sake. I mean, you can do it.
नहीं, not for you, for everybody.
I
ना.
mean, don't do it for my sake. You know.
अच्छा.
Okay.
पोल कराना है क्या? What does the जनता want?
No.
Let's do this here only. So guys, opstra.defineedge.com पे जाना, and यहाँ पे first time login होगा तो just login through your Google ID और Facebook और whatever वो होता है ना, हर जगह ID से login तो करना ही पड़ता है. Go to options and go to strategy builder over here. This is free, I hope. अभी तक तो free था. Now over here Nifty, then select options, select an expiry, let's say 1st July. ठीक है? Screen दिख रही है ना, चंद्रा? You are on unmute, so you tell me. Screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Now option strike में, let's first create the bull call spread. तो 16,000 or 15,900 का हम buy करेंगे and 16,000 का हम sell करेंगे to see whether we are getting the same payoff diagram or not. The benefit by using this Opstra is that we'll also see the probabilities and the Greeks over here. जो मैंने obviously I can't calculate in the Excel myself. So 15,900 का हमने कॉल ऑप्शन बाय किया, one lot, add position, and we get this payoff diagram, which is, and यहाँ पे देखो there are two lines. One is this dotted line. Dotted line will actually show you. It also asks कि when are you expecting the expiry to be. अभी वो कहाँ पूछ रहा है, वो गायब हो गया है. But you concentrate on the bold lines, the orange and the green lines.
Okay.
ठीक है, just concentrate on that. So isn't this diagram very similar to the call option का naked call option का diagram we discussed? ठीक है. Now probability, and how this probability of profit are they calculating? 28.78%. They are calculating it using their some back tested data कि generally ऐसे में क्या होता है आगे. So this is all expected value. तुम लोग बस value देख लो, कहाँ से आया वो मत सोचो, but this is based on some kind of historical data. So today if the market ended at 15,000, अभी मैंने देखा it's 15,790, and you are buying a 15,900 का call for the next expiry, which is 1st July, which is 5 days away from here. So it is going to tell you that 29% probability of profit you have. जरूरी नहीं है कि इतना ही होगा, वो डेल्टा वेल्टा सब करके निकाला होगा उन्होंने, but this is a figure which will give you an indication. Maximum profit undefined means unlimited. Maximum loss is 5662, which is 50 into 75.5 into 75.5. अभी भी 75 ही है, I guess, for the weeklies. Maximum risk reward ratio, obviously you can't calculate because it's unlimited. Break even, only you will make profit if it goes above 15,976. Why? Because 15,900 plus 75.5, 17 प्रीमियम 7, तो मतलब यहाँ तक तो प्रॉफिट ही नहीं है ना. प्रॉफिट तो असली 976 क्रॉस करने के बाद आएगा. अभी टोटल पीएनएल वीएनएल इन्होंने कुछ कैलकुलेट नहीं किया है. एंड मार्जिन ऑब्वियसली इट्स द सेम एज व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू पे फॉर बाइंग द ऑप्शन. दैट इज व्हाट आई वाज ट्राइंग टू फिगर आउट ऑन जीरोधा कैलकुलेटर बेसिकली. तो प्रीमियम स्लैश मार्जिन बोला इन्होंने, तो इसीलिए हो सकता है जीरोधा वाज नॉट शोइंग. दिस इज क्लियर, सिंपल. यहाँ पे इन्होंने स्पॉट आईवी दिखा दिया है, विच आई कैन एक्चुअली से दैट जीरो पे तो ये है आईवी का परसेंटेज. और नेक्स्ट ये क्या है? ओके, आई थिंक दिस विल नेक्स्ट एन डेज में वो कुछ दिखा. ठीक है, जस्ट इग्नोर ऑल दीज थिंग्स. तो अभी दिस इज द मेन थिंग विच यू नीड टू सी. नाउ लेट्स ऐड 16,000 का call option we have sold to see bull call spread ka payoff diagram. Okay, so go to 16,000 call option and sell 41.5 hai, add position. Now here there are two positions, and now look at this chart which is similar to what we had. Again, just ignore the dotted line, just look at these bold lines. The probability of the profit actually increased.
Yes.
The max profit is 4950, max loss is 2550. The risk reward ratio over here is 1:2, which is in my favor, which I told you कि मैं at least 1:2 देखता हूँ.
Yes.
Break even reduce हो गया, 15,934 पे आ गया from 15,976, of course. So higher the probability. And the estimated margin is same as what we saw in that website, 23,686. Obviously वो तो same ही रहना है. Broker to broker depend करता है, but I said that ज़्यादा leeway होता नहीं है उधर. So rather than taking that trade, and this probability of profit should be higher. ठीक है, I mean 28 से 33 गया है. I was expecting कि around 37-38 जाएगा, but not much of a difference. But here I know that कुछ भी हो जाए, I'm not going to lose more than 2,550. There I was actually losing 5,800 or something, 5,500, right? Or 4,950 का profit is okay for me if it goes in my direction. Now, as I said, the summation of these two absolute number will always be 7,500. तो कितने का हमारा वो था? ये हमारा difference कितने का है? 100 points का. 100 into 75, lot size 7,500. So हमारा maximum loss is 7,500 or 2,550 है. So maximum profit can be only 7,500 minus 2,550, which is your 4,950. just a sanity check. This is okay. This is called bull call spread. घर
Yes.
जाके मतलब घर जाके तो सब घर पे ही हो, but after this class bear put spread की strategy बनाना, like what we discussed. Buy a put option of 15,700 and sell a put option of 15,600 to see whether we get that kind of a chart or not.
Yeah, sorry, can you come again?
When you are buying when you are taking a bear put because you are bearish, you need to buy a put option of 15,700 ka,
Yes.
and you need to sell a put option of 15,600 का. Clear ना है तो रात को वीडियो भेज दूंगा.
Yes.
बटरफ्लाई देखें जल्दी से.
So before
Vaibhav, how is the risk reward ratio calculated?
How is the risk reward is 4950 upon 2550.
Okay.
और उल्टा, you know, 2550 upon 4950. मतलब for each 1 rupee of risk you are getting 2 rupees of profit.
Yeah.
Correct.
Vaibhav, like you mentioned that you always try to look for 1:2. So while making
Almost.
strategy, we need to do trial and error that where we are getting 1:2.
Exactly. ठीक है. Very good. Now यहाँ पे हमने 15,900 and 16,000 लिया है.
Yes.
मुझे और अच्छा चाहिए रेशियो. I am okay to take a little higher risk than 2,550 because मेरे अकाउंट में है पैसा 2,500 में. ठीक है, I am बड़ा आदमी, let's say. So what we'll do is let's reduce this a bit. Let's take 15,800 का put, 15,800 का call by modify. अभी 16,000 का ही सेल किया है, ठीक है. 200 रुपए का स्प्रेड है अपना.
Yes.
अभी probability is increased 39.09%, but my max loss has gone to 6112 and max profit is 8888.
Yes.
So our risk reward ratio changes to 1:1.45. I don't like it. Let's reduce this also. Let's get down to 15,900 for this. Now see this. Probability increased to 43.08, but risk reward ratio is also down to 1.11. What is the reason?
Again.
Probability is inversely proportional to profitability.
Yes.
तुम लोग और नीचे ITM में जाते रहोगे तो ये risk reward ratio कम होता रहेगा because तुम्हें certainty दे रहा है ना. Let's look at this. Let's look at 15,600 buy किया हमने, which is in the money, and 15,700 sell किया.
Which is also in the-
वो ऑलमोस्ट वो अभी 15,900 पे वो ये आ गया. 700 पे चेक कर लेते हैं. तो 15,700 पे the ratio is 1:0.36. मतलब the probability is 64% and 64 is also low, guys. इसका तो probability would be 70 to 80% of this trade according to my experience. Their mathematical formula might be calculating something else, but because you are so sure of earning that 2,000 rupees, that are you okay to actually risk 5,500? There may be some people who are okay यार कि ठीक है यार गिरना तो नहीं है ना. Again, the probability is too low to make a loss. If the profitability is in profit, भले ही with a low percentage, you are still okay to pocket 2,000 rupees. You can take that strategy. I am not saying this strategy is bad. I'm just saying that it depends on your risk taking capabilities and the amount of money you have in your bank account. समझ में आया ये?
Yes.
तो कीप प्लेइंग विद दिस, कीप प्लेइंग विद दिस. ये तो बहुत सिंपल स्ट्रेटजी है. मैंने बोला ना तुम लोग कुछ भी स्ट्रेटजी बना सकते हो. कीप एडिंग, कीप डिलीटिंग, कीप ट्राइंग लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स.
सो वो जो आपने सैनिटी चेक के लिए 100 रुपीज का स्प्रेड देखा था 15,600 15,700 के बीच में, व्हाट वाज दैट पॉइंट? प्लीज कम अगेन.
That is nothing. That what I am trying to say is that you can there are three things, right? There are two things: the maximum profit and the maximum loss.
Right.
Because you need to quickly do some calculations. You are not always either you just depend on this chart कि ये क्या number throw कर रहा है. But I would say you also need to know कि where are these numbers coming from, right? The probability of profit you will never be able to calculate because that runs on a very complex formula. So I have just said कि ठीक है उसको जैसा दिया है वैसा मान लो. But when you know that what is the maximum loss you are making, which is the difference of the premium buying and selling, which is 5531 over here, because this option is of 75 whatever it was, I don't know, ये तो पुराने उसका है. You can easily calculate this number 1969. Why? Because 100 का difference into lot size 75, so 7500 minus the maximum loss you are incurring. तो तुम लोग का profit तुम्हें इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. This is sanity check because you don't need to be shown this number. You can easily calculate the number by knowing what is the maximum loss you are making. ठीक है?
But the point I had was, why do we? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the point I had was, why do we take the difference between the index value? Because premium is calculated by multiplying the last traded price with the lot size.
No. So see, that is why these spreads, are interesting, because that is why I said before getting into the strategy, you know what is the maximum loss and profit you are making. Now what happens is, assume karo, acha chalo, abhi let's go back to this and then understand ki ho kya raha hai yahan. Let's say अभी चंद्रा की बात मान लेनी चाहिए उनको. 15,200. This goes to 15,800. No, let's go to 15,500, 16,100. ठीक है? And let's put in some. Sorry. Let's put in some realistic numbers over here. So हम लोग क्या ले रहे हैं यहाँ पे? We are buying at 15,800. You are selling 15,900. ठीक है? Now premium of 15,800 call is 123 and 900 is 75.5. Let's assume 76. So 123 and 76. ठीक है? This is clear, guys. अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? That now assume Vikram that market expires at 16,000 on 1st July. Okay. Now listen to this very carefully.
Okay.
Today premium of 15,800 is 123. If the market expires at 16,000, what will be the premium over here? Would be max of 0, spot minus strike. Spot is 16,000 and strike is 15,800. इसकी वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी on the day of expiry for this strike 1? 15,800 का strike price 200 rupees.
Yeah.
What will be the value of same 16,000 pay spot pay of the strike price 2 is going to be max of 0, 16,000 minus 15,900, correct?
Correct.
100 rupees. Now because you have bought this will be 200 minus 123 profit from strike 1.
Correct.
And this is because you have sold it, so this would be minus of 100 plus of whatever you are going to get back, which you have got back on day 1. तो वो तुमने आज 76 में बेचा है, but 16,000 एक्सपायरी के दिन वो 100 रुपए हो गया, तो 24 रुपए का लॉस हो गया, right?
Correct.
Now net what you will make is this plus this, which is 53 rupees at 16,000.
Okay.
Now even if we take another strike price or another spot price 16,100 and 16,100, तुम्हारा मूवमेंट उतना ही आना है. So mathematically इसको सोचो, why is this happening? Because the difference what you are taking spot minus strike का is moving similarly for both the premium, no? For both the strike prices. एक का 200 से चेंज हो रहा है, एक का 100 से चेंज हो रहा है, एक का 300 से चेंज हो रहा है, एक का 200 से चेंज हो रहा है, एक का 400 से चेंज हो रहा है, एक का 300 से चेंज हो रहा है. तो वो जो चेंज है ना, this number becomes constant 47 because this is the cost. Wherever the difference is occurring is basically again constant 100 rupees. थोड़ा नेट में इशू हुआ क्या? नहीं ना, ठीक था ना?
Yes.
अभी हो रहा है थोड़ा.
But understandable.
अब better.
विक्रम थोड़ा समझ में आया ये?
Okay,
That is
we
why.
will see video again.
हाँ, so that is why the difference is basically your sanity check के लिए your spread का difference. तो अगर हमने 15,800, now let's take this 16,000, 15,800 and 16,000. 16,000 का अपना इस समय स्ट्राइक प्राइस का ऑप्शन है 41.5, लेट्स अज्यूम 42। तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा कि द डिफरेंस इज 200 बिटवीन द टू स्ट्राइक प्राइसेस, so your maximum profit will always be calculated 200 minus the cost which you have given, which is 81 rupees, which is 119.
Got it.
ठीक है ना, ये क्लियर?
Got it.
चलो, now just last thing for today, let's look at butterfly option and then बाकी के ऑप्शन हम कल कंस्ट्रक्ट करेंगे और तुम लोग को मैं कुछ काम दे जाऊंगा, तो तुम लोग थोड़ा घर पे कुछ करो कल मिलने से पहले। Now butterfly option में, now what happens is that as I said in butterfly options, when do you take butterfly option? When you are expecting Nifty to be range bound. अभी तक we were expecting Nifty will go down and go up. Now let's assume I am expecting that Nifty will remain in a certain range and that range can be 200 points here and there from today. Fair enough? अब आज अगर मार्केट 15,790 है, assuming 15,800 है, then you think that on 1st July Nifty will neither breach 15,600 on the downside nor it will go 16,000 on the upside. It will remain between this zone. हो सकता है ना, कोई इवेंट नहीं है, सब स्लो चल रहा है, लाइफ चिल है. So you need to make profit when the Nifty is between 15,600 to 16,000, but then you are exposed to losses beyond this limit. ये कैसे बनाएंगे? Using butterfly spread where 4 options are involved, and you can either make it through a call option or put option. Same thing will be there, same payoff will be there. Let's make it through a call option because हम लोग को easily समझ में भी आता है. बनाए? यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे? Just hear me out. 15,800 is currently is what your Nifty is today. So you will buy, and we need to protect ourselves at what? 15,600 and 16,000, correct? Symmetrically. So we will buy one call option at 15,600. लिख लो. Buy one call at 15,600 and buy one call at 16,000. तो दोनों एक्सट्रीम्स पे हमने एक एक कॉल ले लिया. दोनों एक्सट्रीम पे हमने एक एक कॉल ले लिया. Whenever we are doing a spread and whenever I am like guiding you, I will mostly suggest you that अपने exposure hedged रखो पूरा completely. So if I am buying 2 lots of option, one here and one here, तो हम लोग को सेल करना है, तो हम कितने सेल करेंगे? हमने बुल कॉल में, बियर पुट में एक बाय किया था, एक सेल किया था. Now in butterfly, if you have bought 2 options, maybe at different strike prices, I will be selling 2 options at 15,800, which is at the money. So I am buying one in the money option, buying one out of the money option, equidistant, and selling 2 at the money options to keep my position balanced. Let's do. देखते हैं क्या आता है. So let's do 15,600 already bought किया हुआ है, यही है. And let's buy 16,000 का एक और कॉल ऑप्शन. दिस बिकम्स, बाय पे क्लिक किया मैंने, ठीक है, ये सेल था, मैंने बाय कर दिया एडिट करके, मॉडिफाई. फिलहाल तो ये आ गया है, विच इज अगेन गोइंग टू बी समथिंग लाइक दैट. यहाँ 2 अलग अलग बाय ऑप्शन करे हैं ना हमने, तो ऑप्शन जैसा पे ऑफ आएगा, बट यहाँ पे एक थोड़ा सा किंक आ गया है बिकॉज देयर आर 2 ऑप्शन इन्वॉल्व. जस्ट शोइंग यू लाइक दिस ओनली, ज्यादा दिमाग मत लगाओ. यहाँ पे 15,800 का सेलेक्ट करके सेल करेंगे, बट यहाँ पे हम सेल कर रहे हैं 2, तो यहाँ पे 2 लॉट्स कर दिया है, एड पोजीशन. वैसा सा डायग्राम आ गया जैसा मैंने उधर दिखाया था.
Yes.
टोपी बन के. नाउ लुक एट दिस टेबल. Probability of profit is 34.4. Why probability of profit is so less? Because market is so volatile that they think कि chances कम है ऐसे range में रहने के. वही उनके नंबर से आया होगा. Now look at the risk reward ratio. 1:2.8. So maximum what you are going to lose is 4,000 rupees. But if it remains in your range, then you are going to make 11,000 rupees. तो अगर तुम लोग 4000 का लूज करने के वो हो तो यार 11000 का पे ऑफ है. बट आर यू एक्सपेक्टिंग द मार्केट टू बी इन रेंज? दैट्स योर कॉल ओवर द 5 days. ब्रेक इवन यहाँ पे 2 पॉइंट होंगे, राइट? एक नीचे साइड होगा, एक ऊपर की साइड होगा. So the downside break even is at 15,653. So till 16,053 you are protected. वो पूरा 16,000 तो नहीं मिलेगा, प्रीमियम लगा हुआ है ना थोड़ा सा. तो till 15,653 तक you are making profit. उसके नीचे थोड़ा लॉस होता रहेगा. And upside में you are covered till 50,947, which is basically 53 is your premium cost. और दोनों जगह से 15,600 and 16,000 में से उन्होंने वो ऐड और सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दिया है. Clear?
Yes. Can you please repeat it, sir? Break even का part.
Break even, Raj, is see, you are trying to protect yourself from 15,600 to 16,000, correct? ये तुम्हारा range है.
Correct.
But when you are taking this strategy, you are also paying a premium, right? Because you have bought 2 options, you have sold 2 options, so net बन के 53 rupees आया है. आया होगा.
Yeah.
ठीक है, I am not seeing the right value. So 53 को तुम्हें incorporate करना है ना, just like we were doing in those kind of strategies where we were doing a long call, कि तुम्हारा प्रॉफिट तभी होगा जब प्रीमियम कवर हो जाएगा आगे जाके एंड ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. तो वो 53 उन्होंने दोनों साइड से इनकॉर्पोरेट कर दिया है. सो इट हैज टू बी अ लिटिल हायर देन 15,600 बिकॉज यू हैव पेड समथिंग, एंड देन इट हैज टू बी लोअर देन 16,000 बिकॉज यू हैव पेड समथिंग. तो वो उधर ऐड नहीं करेंगे, उधर सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे. ठीक है.
Okay, makes
The
sense.
estimated premium, the estimated margin on this is 49,165. So generally how I would look at it is, if I am trying to put a margin of 50,000 bucks around and there is a good chance of making a profitability of 11,000, so मेरा net फायदा 11 over a week कितना होता है अगर मैं प्रॉफिट में आता हूं तो 11,000 upon 50,000, 22% in a week.
Yes.
Good or bad? Even with a 1/3 probability, even with a 1/3 probability, the expected value is around 7%, not 7%. और नीचे जाएगा because you also have to. ठीक है, छोड़ दो ये छोड़ दो. Profitability अच्छा profit है, right? 22% is a good profit.
Yes, 22%.
Yeah, I think this would work for ITC well, na?
So ITC क्या होता है ना, ITC this works very well, but then ITC में what people generally do is, Gautam, is that if people have already got lot of stocks, no, they will sell a call. और stock नहीं भी होगा तो call sell कर देंगे if they have lot of money in their bank account. Because what happens is that given that there is ITC करके देखें क्या इसका probability क्या देता है. I don't know whether this will allow in the free thing or not. I hope it does. If I select ITC, option expiry 29 July and the selected option strike is not liquid or not traded on this day. अरे करने तो दो. 250 का लेते, बहुत दूर है, 0.4 ही है, रहने दो. Let's take 220. 220 नहीं ब्रीच करता है. So 220 पे if you are selling one lot, this gives the price of 1.5 का ही है अभी on 29 July. Add a position, the probability of profit is 88%. You make the max profit of 4,800. Your max loss is of course undefined, and the margin is 1,02,000. So even if you keep it, you are getting 4.8% return. So आगे bracket में दिया है 4.7% returns.
Yes.
But then with a probability of profit at 88%, almost 100%.
It sounds good only actually.
But this profit is on for a month, and that profit.
Arey, sorry. You are right, Chandra. Great point. This is for a month. So month में 5% बन रहा है, and risk उतनी ज़्यादा
Still
है.
not.
भाई ITC ठीक है, you know that ITC doesn't move, but जब जिस दिन लोगे ना ये उसी दिन मूव करेगा, फिर कहोगे साला मेरी किस्मत खराब है. ठीक है. So this was butterfly. Iron Condor में कुछ नहीं होता है. I'll just tell you, Iron Condor में where we sold 2 lots of the same strike price. Generally there are 2 types of, so one is your iron spread and one is your iron condor. आयरन स्प्रेड में क्या होता है कि यू विल सेल डिफरेंट स्ट्राइक प्राइसेस ऑफ, जो हमने 15,800 का 2 बेचे ना, जनरली समवन विल सेल us 15,800 and sell 15,850. So if the strike prices are different on that selling, then it's called an iron spread. As I said, strategy कुछ भी बना लो, नाम कुछ भी दे दो, just for fancy names, so looks like, oh, it's so good. But iron condor may you use 2 put options and 2 call options, but still there are 4 options used. लोग गूगल कर लेना क्या स्ट्रेटजी होती है, ऑप्स्ट्रा में डालना और इसको खेलते रहो करता. Tomorrow I will show, and tomorrow is the best day actually. I was waiting for this thing only कि tomorrow would be one of the better days to show one of my favorite strategies जो मैं generally apply करता हूँ for monthly expiries. ये मैं towards the end of the day दिखाऊंगा. ठीक है, wrap up करें. This was good enough today. कल से तो बहुत अच्छा लगा होगा आज का सेशन.
Much
Sir,
better.
on what basis we will decide the strike prices? I think there must be some criteria.
अभी देखो, when you are starting as a retail investor, the criteria is simple. Look at the probability and look at the max RR ratio, and you look at your total estimated margin and premium what you can put. Now that you have asked, let's go and do last thing today. निफ्टी को वापस जाते हैं और एक लॉन्ग कॉल स्ट्रेटेजी बनाते हैं फॉर 1 जुलाई. लॉन्ग कॉल नहीं, सॉरी, बुल कॉल स्प्रेड. तो हमने क्या लिया था, 15,800 बाय करेंगे. एक्चुअली आई फॉरगॉट टू डू दिस एंड ऐड अ पोजीशन, एंड देन 15,900 को हम सेल करेंगे. ठीक है, we had this, we have already seen this. ऐसा बन के आ रहा था. just go and look at Greeks. अभी यहाँ Greeks क्या कहते हैं. ठीक है हर्ष, fine. I mean I am wrapping in 2 minutes. If you can stay for 2 minutes, I'll just wrap it up. यहाँ पे what are the delta saying? IV इन दोनों का आ गया डायरेक्टली. डेल्टा इसका 0.5 है, माइनस 0.37 है. तो नेट पोजीशन देखो, इसकी डेल्टा इज ओनली 0.13. So it's not like you are taking too much of delta. You are a little kind of, you are hedging yourself to a delta neutral strategy. Theta, obviously, because you have bought this, so it's minus. You have sold this, it's minus. So basically, every day you are losing 0. So Greeks and decimals actually. So you are losing 0.7841 value every day. Gamma neutral strategy है ये. This is a gamma neutral strategy as of today. So you don't have to worry. If you are trying to make a delta neutral strategy, then gamma में कुछ value आ जाएगी. फिलहाल gamma neutral है. And then Vega is also, almost same because Vega is based on your IV. इसका थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा है because obviously IV is little higher. इसका कम है, IV is little lower. So position Vega 0.4439 बन गई. Now just tell me for the last thing, do you really worry about all these things? Delta, gamma, Vega क्या है? कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा ना तुम लोगों को ये नंबर देख के. So that is why yesterday I told you that just for the sake of knowing things, because like Shreyans was today speaking Greeks and all, वो उन लोगों के लिए काम आता है जो मिलियन ऑफ ट्रेड्स कर रहे हैं डेली. तुम्हारे लिए कोई काम का है नहीं. मैंने ये नहीं भी दिखाया होता तो you wouldn't have lost anything in your life, right, as of today. So this is it. And someone was asking, I did not see, Nehit was asking, I think, what all you see when you are deciding all this. So Nehit, abhi tak ke liye, this is what I see. Tomorrow I'll tell you more things what I'll see, what I generally see when buying this kind of trades. आज के लिए इतना यहाँ पे we stop, है ना? I haven't done my lunch, so I have to do some dinner.
Sure.
So, मैं off कर रहा हूँ recording. Note down your questions. Keep doing some kind of strategies and discuss this if in market hours you are able to do that on the WhatsApp group. ठीक है. Anyways, next week तो we are going to use our WhatsApp group properly to do all this. But यहाँ कर लेते हैं. चलो. Okay, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.